coming up with Project Phillips ideas is hard. Like, unless it's a topic I really want to talk about, like Sora or CES, stuff like that, then usually I have to like go through 10 like half-baked ideas and see what makes the most sense for that day. And then those like 10 ideas are usually just what my mind was most occupied with, or like the trend my mind or pattern what my mind was most occupied with that day. So then a large portion of Project Phillips actually goes to just coming up with like what to post that day. Then the rest I can film and then edit. Sometimes editing takes the longest. Sometimes the DM making takes longer. And that's like some days when I come back really tired, right? Like kind of like today, but not really. Then the hardest part is pressing that red button to record, and then like get into the thing. But yeah, it's hard. For example, like I couldn't really think of a good idea for today's episode. Besides this, I guess the idea is that I have no idea that I'm going through some ideas I had. And it's kind of like some of those episode form. It's like a TV show, an episode format where it's like they tell like stories and they go through different scenarios and they go through. That's like this mini episode for the episode. But yeah, so one idea was talking about like the French exchange program. So they leave tomorrow, and it's been an amazing journey because in November I went to France, stayed with a host family who were amazing, and now in February they came here and stayed with us, and it was really amazing. I don't know, because they didn't feel like exchange students, they actually felt like friends, so that was nice. Trying to find the right words. Gosh. I think one aspect I really liked, just to just noticing your French improve. Like you can understand what they're saying, and sometimes just to get some ideas across, you would have to like say in French or explain in French. So that was nice. But yeah, I think a lot of the time I don't get time to be social. So then having because we had to do like some field trips and just go around. Like went to New York with my host, my French kid who was Humphrey, really cool dude. Went to New York and we did different stuff. Like for the first time, I have to be careful when I say this. For the first time since I've come back to America, and that's been like 4 years now, I invited friends over just to hang out. The St. Louis birthday parties, and it was really weird. I was like, cause I've always been scared I'll just suck and they'll mess up the place. I was just like be a terrible time, but it was really nice. I invited them over because I didn't want Humphrey to be bored, so it was a nice experience. I feel like they forced me, right, to be more social, just by existence or whatever, and that's been a really good thing for me, just getting the chance to do more social things and just be a tourist. Because on the tourist aspect of it, I feel like I've lived here for a very long time. I was born and raised here, then moved and came back, but I never really did tours. So it's like, I know that sounds dumb, but I never, for example, I just went to Annapolis in Maryland for the first time in my life, and it was crazy. I was like, it looked really nice. It kind of reminded me of this level on Lego by my feet when Brain Next shrinks Metropolis or France, and it looked exactly like that. I don't know why, but we went to I'm trying to find the right word. We went to like a Congress here. We went to a Senate hearing in the Annapolis State House, and it was really nice, just listening. I don't know, I feel like that's something I recommend more people do. I feel like I'm using too much, but okay, that wasn't me. That was just me playing around myself. But yeah, people are more so focused on the executive branch and sometimes judicial, but when it comes to the legislative branch, that's where people's attention leaves the most. Because one thing I found out that was really interesting, these hearings are open to the public. You can reserve seats, but that's still using but you can just come in and just listen to the topic, and you always want to how does this bill get passed, or why is the state the way it is, and you can hear how that happens. They're very, very much so human. I feel like that's something that I often forget. It's I'm gonna try using I'm not going. Gosh, I'm gonna stop using like from this point on. They're very much so human in the sense that first thing they stammer, they commonly use like words like, or that's messed up. They commonly use words like that, and then the angles they take are like the arguments aren't like the best ever. It's not like some TV show where they're lawyers. Like, a lot of these people are just regular folks. So like this is their second job. So that was nice to see. Sad and kind of like, gosh, like is way too ingrained in my vocabulary. But I kind of saw, well, one path I saw for myself was maybe something more so in government actually passing policies that help society more. But then another thing is in my free time, I want to go to more of these hearings and just see how stuff get passed. So even if I leave this state for college, I want to go to different states and just see how stuff are changing. This also in the committees, that's when you can actually participate. In the actual hearings, you have to be quiet. You can't record. You can take pictures, but you can't record. But yeah, so that's something the French exchange students have been allowed me to do. Just like tour the place with a new view. Even when the foreign exchange students for the school as a whole, not foreign exchange, the transfer students from the international transfer students came. We did a tour around like Washington D.C., Maryland, and it was nice to just see new things I never actually paid attention to. But yeah, another idea I came up with was talk about like, the future, the prospects, the future paths I may take, whether it be in software engineering, or cybersecurity or game development. So I feel like, I don't know, that seems to be more so a separate video, in itself, where I can look at my stuff and say, oh, here's what I'm interested in, like each field. I can actually talk about it. One thing I try to do with Project Philip is make it educational sense, even though it's largely just me giving my ideas. I try to, allow it to be something, or it's like it's an edifying means of content, even though it's just meant to be a log of sorts, a mini documentary. But funny enough, this is actually longer than a lot of documentaries. But yeah, okay. I think you can see, in retrospect, the French name is probably the thing that was on my mind the most. We had an amazing dinner. I called Grapples, it's this nice place in the Rio. I called them up, I was like, oh, can we have a reservation for 20? Not thinking, I didn't think it was a crazy number, but like when I was saying in the cyber picture, like, oh, well, like you just asked for a seat for 20 people, and it made it seem crazy. But funny enough, 20 was not enough. We had like 22 people come, and everyone enjoyed their food. Yeah, it was nice. I don't know. Okay, let me see how much longer do I have left. This should be postable. But yeah, it's weird because I feel, in terms of emotion, because they're leaving tomorrow, I don't necessarily, I feel sad, but it's like, I feel sad. However, I think I've become more adept, seeing people come and go. I think one of the biggest aspects of that for me is just enjoying the time you have together. Just if I really, really want to stay in touch, I can through means of social media and whatnot. But yeah, I am sad to see them go. Gosh, I'm still using the word like. Before this video, I was going to talk about, in this portion, I was going to talk about how I didn't feel that sad, maybe just because I've seen people come and go a lot. But then like recording it, like, oh gosh, I'm still using like, but recording it, I do, it's not like the thing where I'm going to start crying on camera and whatnot, but it's more so, it's been a nice time, and it's sad to see it come to an end, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty more joyful times to come. Okay, I think I've talked for enough, but yeah, that was pretty much my dog, that vlog. Okay, have a great day.